him at all? My nephew.
He knew.
Do you remember having physical education with Miss Turner?
Yeah, I remember one class, so I remember she was there. I don't remember details.
Okay.
Yes,
Do you remember anything about her at all?
Yes, PE teacher, and she was strict and stern.
Disciplinarian, really, that's what it was. Disciplinarian.
1985.
Are you here?
I've been out so long.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was 7th grade.
Okay.
6th or 7th grade.
I did
At
6,
East
7,
Lee.
and 8 Lee.
And I asked you, did
East.
you know him? And you said, well, I might know his face, but he's a lot older now and a lot bigger than he was then.
It was so many, and that's been so long ago.
I know.
I don't know a lot of them. They know me, but
I'm coming to be a witness today. I'm coming to be a witness today.
I'll be a witness. Well, what I want to start.
That's good.
What I want to say, I want to be like 80-year-old Barbara H. Turner, who wakes up in the morning and because of it says, it's going to be a good day. Can you imagine? She just, because she woke up, God woke up, she's like, it's going to be a good day. Mm-hmm. She didn't have any bad days.
But that's what I say. If I wake up, you can believe I'm going to have a good day.
That's what she said.
Because I woke up.
I can feel the spirit you're talking because
that's me.
It's about,
that's really me. If I wake up, you don't have to worry about how good a day I'm going to have a good day because I woke up.
Praise God.
Because somebody did not wake up. That's why I say that.
That's why you said it. Yeah. And you didn't know. I wrote what you said, and then you said she came in around the day I called her, 2 p.m., from driving an elderly person to Spring Lake. Now, was that you?
That was George.
George, okay.
That was George.
That's George. All right?
Not George. Not George.
Jean.
That was Jean.
All right. Then she has driven as far as Chapel Hill, taking another senior to the doctors. Now, that must be Miss
Ernestine.
Ernestine. Okay.
5 months consecutively. 3 times a month, 5 months consecutively.
This Friday.
And I'm going to 20. I got to take it the 20th of this month.
Full calendar. And the time I called her, and I'm reading this Friday because it's not this Friday, but when I called her that particular Friday, she said, I will be buying groceries for an elderly lady. Now, is that you?
That's you.
She said, well, now, because we were trying to get together to meet and to talk about her legendary husband, Jap Turner, or Sylvester Turner.
But listen. They were like sisters and brothers. My husband and her were like sisters and brothers.
Oh, my goodness.
Could you believe it? That is so true. That's the person you should have talked to.
I met him in high school, and I'm an only child, and he was an only child.
Wow.
So he adopted me as his sister, and his daughter, his grandchildren, and all of them called me Aunt Mac.
Aunt Magazine.
Magazine. They couldn't pronounce Maxine, so they called me Aunt Magazine.
That's true.
That is so funny. That is so funny. And she says,
and then I met.
Go ahead.
Then I met her.
Okay.
Well, after they got married, I didn't know her before they got married. And then I had a sister.
Praise God. Oh Lord.
And she's
I don't have a sister. I have.
She doesn't have a sister.
2 brothers. You didn't have no sister, so there she was.
Yeah.
So here I am.
And we've been tight since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And she went on to say, "Oh, I ain't got to pick up too much, just some eggs, some milk, and a couple of this and that." She said she stretches herself too thin, but that's what she does. She said, I'm always on the go. She loves birthdays and don't mind telling her age.
That's right. Don't mind having birthdays either. That means I'm still living.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like that. That.
It's true.
She loves to send cards.
Wow.
She sends cards.
Send cards.
Yeah, that I keep up and watch and read.
She turns 81 June 23rd.
24th.
Okay, I'm going to type that right in there because I got it wrong. That must have been my big finger. Okay, and she was born in 1943.
6/12/43. 6/12/43.
6/12.
June 12th.
June the 12th. Where'd they get 24 from?
I don't know.
Oh,
it must have been somebody else.
June 12th. Okay, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Mm-hmm.
She was once a physical education teacher here in Sanford, which lends itself to her vibrancy and tenacity. Mrs. Turner loves football and will watch the game 24/7.
All sports, 24/7.
All sports. So her Saturdays are pretty tied up. Me still trying to get to see you, but I had to try to work around her schedule, right?
Yeah.
Well,
She-
I would have sacrificed if it hadn't.
That would
If
have
I
been
knew,
a
'cause we
big
sacrificed.
sacrifice.
Listen, we
Understand.
sacrificed South Carolina and LSU right there, so we'll sacrifice. But I would have sacrificed. Would have
I don't know
been-
about the Carolina Duke game now. We might not have sacrificed that
I
one.
probably would have. If it
I was
was
just saying,
important, I
that
would
was,
have.
they played last night.
That was a good game
Who
too.
won?
Carolina.
Carolina.
It was a good game.
Yes.
Too good to miss.
So you did watch it.
Oh, of course.
And
did.
I was
It was tight.
I was
I
sleeping.
watched
But I should have
sports.
watched it. I bet you that was kind of
I
Yeah,
watched-
it always it's like tradition. To be honest with you, the
Yeah,
Carolina
but I
SEC.
watch sports 24/7. That's all I do watch. I don't watch anything else.
People were lined up
24/7.
6 months ago
To get in the
in line
game.
to get a ticket.
Oh my Lord.
Students.
Yes, I was.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Oh
the
my
crazies,
goodness.
all of
Yeah.
them.
As I continue, she is the widow of Sylvester Turner, who was active in Sanford, getting children off the streets.
But I got something I forgot to bring you today,
Okay.
just to let you see it.
All right.
A G-Roy. The G-Roy didn't show you the picture, did it?
No, I haven't
Okay.
seen it.
That was in 1965. They met at Blandonia,
Mm-hmm.
the men's club. But you heard of the men's club.
Yes.
It was packed.
Mm.
And the order of business was truancy for the teenager. Truancy. And guess who's in that picture?
Who?
Yeah. You could see it. Shirt tie.
Wow.
And I intended to bring it, but I got it at the back of my calendar, forgot to bring it. But I bring it so she can see it.
Yes.
But he didn't want to share it. He scared somebody else gonna get it. That was 1965.
Wow.
But it just showed it, what y'all have at church when you had dinner at church?
Family and friends.
Family and Friends. He just showed it Family and Friends Day.
Family friendly. Okay.
He got a copy of it, but I'm gonna laminate it, but he's gotta put some writing on it.
Okay.
Blandonia 1965 Men's
Okay.
Club, and it was truancy meeting.
Mm.
Church
Truancy.
was packed.
I
I
know-
want you to see it.
Joan remembered him coming to Union Sunday School in Sanford. That's when all of the churches in Jonesboro would come together for Union Sunday School.
Every
Have-
fifth Sunday.
Every fifth Sunday. And
Oh,
he
I was
came
a
and
kid.
spoke, and he said, "We're trying to get your kids off the street."
But that's the thing. That's what it was.
That's right.
I'll show it to you next time.
Okay.
I put it in the car. I thought about it, but I never put it in the car or put it where I could get my hands on it.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what-
Can't wait to see it. He has been awarded recognition certificates from the Elks and the Masons and showcased in the Hometown News. Join us on Black Wall Street History Month podcast featuring Mr. Sylvester Turner, which was 2 weeks ago. Tune in to Sanford's Black Podcast February 25th at 3 p.m. and listen to Reverend John McNeil, Lynn McNeil, Henry Frank McLean, and Terry McNeil, who remembers Mr. Sylvester Lee Jab Turner. This March, Women in History Month, we would like to honor senior Mrs. Turner, Jean, who is contributing real time to her fellow seniors in her community.
That's right.
Listen in for the podcast number 2, March 24th. I got 4th Sunday, but we may be able to get this done for next Sunday. And listen to the woman behind the man and students and now her fellow seniors in Sanford Lee County Schools. That's what I wrote after I talked to you, and I just wanted you to see that or hear
I
that,
didn't
and for
even
you all to
realize
hear
all
that.
of that. Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm done, and now it's time for us to ask a few questions, and that's going to first go to you, and you're going to give your name and just tell us something about this wonderful lady here that you're the one she takes to Chapel Hill every now and then.
No.
Well, I do her shopping.
You do the grocery shopping. She does the grocery shopping for you.
Uh-huh.
And you can tell us what she usually does for you, and or just whatever's on your mind. Okay?
As I first stated, we've been friends for ever since she and Jap got married. We've been friends ever since. And she became my sister. And I did not work here. I was taught school at Camp Lejeune, independent schools out there, and I retired and came back home and took my place beside my sister.
Oh, wow.
And we've been close.
And what did you do in Camp Lejeune?
I taught.
Taught school?
Yes, I helped.
On the base?
I helped integrate Camp Lejeune. I was one of the 4 that integrated Camp Lejeune schools.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the first black to be hired.
Oh,
Well, anyway, I got back here and we just took up again, and we've been just like this ever since. And I became ill, and she stepped in and started. I called her and told her that I'm sick. That was it. That was it.
Oh, my
She was there, and
Service.
she would take me to my doctor's appointments, and like you said, she'd go shopping for me once a week, and then she calls to check on me because I live alone, and she comes to check on me. She calls to check on me, and we just have a real, real close relationship. I love her, she loves me, and we are one big family.
It's still, you said, about an hour away.
I was driving from Roanoke Rapids.
Okay. Roanoke, okay, I know
Right.
Roanoke Rapids.
Not Roanoke Rapids, Rocky Mount.
Rocky Mount.
Yeah, I was driving. I say that because if you see the news, you're going to see Rocky Mount. You're not going to see all those other small counties or towns.
Right.
So that's why I say Rocky Mount. But some people have the direction where Rocky Mount is. They will never know where Rich Square is.
Right, right.
Rich Square is about big as this house.
Well, let me ask you this question. Did you meet Jap at the Parks and Recreation? Is that where you met him, or you met him before then?
I didn't meet him before then.
Is that where you
No,
met
that's
him?
where I met. I worked Parks and Rec.
Okay.
I also worked Parks
I
and
read
Rec.
it in your bio,
Yeah, I worked
and I said,
Parks and
I
Rec.
wonder is that where she met him?
Well, I don't know. He came, I was living in Simmons Building then. I thought he was coming to see somebody else.
Okay.
And he said, no, I came to see you. But see, I didn't know.
Wow.
I really didn't know,
Wow.
Well, when I was growing up, was that Mama's apron string, went to school in their apron strings. I didn't have any relationships of any kind. 'Cause I worked all the time. I worked cafeteria 4 years at school. I didn't have any relationships, so
Okay.
I was inexperienced.
Well, in talking to Mr. Lyles, now Stephen Lyles, what is he to you?
Well, I probably had to have been a student. That's all I know.
Okay, because he looked like he didn't quite remember. He said, I know she was a great athlete, and he said she also used to run track. And I'm thinking,
I thought he was a student. I did some, he was running for sheriff, remember?
Yes.
He was running for sheriff, so I touched bases with him. But he knew me from, I don't know, knew me from somewhere. That's the only reason I would have thought of Steve. But it's been so long, I don't remember students. They remember me, but I don't remember them.
right.
It's been a long time.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now, is there anything that you want to mention about your friend that she hasn't shared with us? What is it that's about?
I don't know why. We just clicked. I don't know. I don't know what it is. We just clicked. That's all I know. And I tell you, I used to visit her mother. Her mother used to sew for me. And I didn't have I don't have any relatives in Sanford Lee County. And I would go to visit her mother a lot.
Right.
Just like she was my mother. But I do have stepchildren. I got stepchildren.
Okay, and what are their names and where are they now? And I think I understood from Miss, am I saying it right? Trumbo?
Miss Trumbo right
Trumbo.
here.
Trumbo. I'm getting you mixed up. Okay, you
Ernestine?
Ernestine. Her last name is
McIver.
McIver. she mentioned something about you.
The children,
It might have been
she
you
could tell
raising.
all of those children. She could tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I could tell you that, but I wasn't the one that
It must have
spoke
been
that.
It was
Miss
Ernestine.
Mackay was telling me that
Yeah.
you didn't have any children, but that you embraced your husband's children and you raised them.
Yes, I did. Like Nathan, when I brought Nathan from the hospital. Reuben was the child. He had Reuben when we first got married. She was 6 years old.
Okay.
Then she had Nathan, and she wanted to go to college and do her own thing, her own life.
That would be your grandchild. Who's Nathan?
Nathan is the grandchild.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to give him up for adoption.
Mm.
So
No way.
I'm not giving my
No
blood
way,
away.
no way.
So we went and got him. He didn't have nothing, no diapers, no nothing. So the hospital gave us enough to make out through the night. Then I went to Sears the next day and got everything. That's right, we brought him from the hospital. And then he had kids that I raised.
Right.
Lots and lots of, well, it was Ruby and Nathan and Tyon and Khalil that I practically raised myself. You know, I don't have children. But they were my children. They were like I birthed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I most certainly did. They had a good place to come. Holiday, they wouldn't even come
Yes.
get them. Christmas, they didn't even come get. They didn't come see them.
Oh my goodness.
Had Christmas at my house. That's gospel. That's the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Darren, what, just whatever, from what you've heard mentioned in this setting, what are you feeling? What do you take from what they have said, if anything?
Well, Miss Turner, I'm glad to be here. As one of the staples of the community. You've been around
Forever.
I do remember your face. Like I said, I was 7th grade, 1985.
1995.
85.
85.
I graduated from Central 89.
Okay.
So I was at East Lee in 85. And just hearing some of your stories.
Yeah.
I would call y'all soul sisters. You know, it's like God knitted y'all together, you know. So that's wonderful. You said you got sick and you called, she came.
The same day.
She came the same day, she been by your side. So, I mean, that's a blessing and an honor at the
Yes,
same
it
time.
Yeah.
You know. I'm just glad to be a part of, you know, this little
I'm happy
conversation.
that you are. I'm
Yes,
happy that
ma'am.
you are. But I
'cause
don't
we're
know
watching history.
anybody that I would not help. I don't know anybody I would not help.
Say that
I
again.
don't know anyone that I would not help.
I
And I wouldn't
believe
reach
it.
out
I
if
believe it.
somebody was sick. I'd help them. I don't care who it is.
He said, you're not from here. I mean, you've been here
No,
the whole
I'm
time,
not
no
from-
kids,
Yeah.
you know, so
Uh-huh.
it's like God planted you in this community. You
And
know,
I know
there's
so
so many
much.
generations that you've touched.
Right. That's so
So
true.
that's what I would take from.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I don't remember that far back. My goodness.
I remember
Yeah.
you being real stern with the kids, you know, just running around and stuff. And I can remember, I think I could watch you coach basketball game.
Right, right. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And you, I think you've always had like you wore like sporting attire.
I still do.
Okay,
I
yep,
still
When
do.
I was seeing you, you might have had on, you know, like your
Gym
jogging
clothes.
pants,
Gym clothes 99% of the time
Yes,
is what
I
he
do
said.
remember that. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what I take that as.
And you told me something else, that she was,
Yeah, strictly by the book.
okay, something else.
What?
Start with an F.
Fair.
Thought
Yeah,
you
but
were
in the
the
fair.
thing about it, I only weighed 99 pounds when I came to Sanford. So I was determined they were not going to run me away. They won't run me anywhere. And I was a disciplinarian, I was
Yes.
extremely stern. But I was determined. Mimi and that bunch, they were more experienced than I was. They could run rings around around me. The girls I coached in basketball, but they were much more, what do you call it, streetwise. They were streetwise than I was, but if you weren't star, they'd run you out. They could. I won't let them kids run me anywhere. No kids won't run me out of the classroom, you know.
Miss Turner,
Uh-huh.
what college did you graduate from?
Central, North Carolina Central.
North Carolina,
Yeah, that's the
she's
truth.
an eagle.
Yes, that's right.
Did you
Joan?
pledge? Did you pledge?
No. Too poor. We didn't have no money to pledge. I worked 4 years. I worked in the cafeteria 4 years to go to school. My parents were sharecroppers. They didn't have any money. And if I was just lucky enough to get a loan, got a loan, and worked my way through, my parents, they might send me some Viennas and peanut butter and a box of that once a month. Didn't have any money. So I worked 4 years. I worked my way through. I most certainly did.
I hate now, and I could be wrong. And the radio audience or TV audience or whatever, video, online, YouTube, the Sanford, North Carolina, BlackWallStreet.com. I mean, you can respond if I'm wrong. When someone says they don't have money to go to college, that bothers me because you can get a loan.
Oh yeah, you can.
Now it's gonna take you a long time sometime to pay it back. Or it may not, depending on where you work. Because I remember my mother sent me to the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. And I just wanted, I don't know why I wanted to experience summer school one summer. But she said, I'm not paying for summer school. I pay for, the regular session. And so I got a loan. I forgot what it was called. Started with a P. Ooh.
Pale? No?
No, it wasn't Pale.
Pale is college. Pale is.
But I can't remember what it was.
Community college.
Ooh,
Pale
it might
is
come back to me. But, and I had to pay it back. But when I got married and went to Springfield, Massachusetts, I still had that summer bill. But they told me if I worked in a city, in an urban city, for disadvantaged students, they would waive that monthly fee.
Right.
So I had to send that paperwork in every so often so that they knew I was legitimately working with disadvantaged students. So it bothers me when people say, I can't go to school.
But your grades, unless it has to be grades, that's the only way you cannot get a loan. But the thing about me, only thing I had to do was teach in North Carolina 10 years and I didn't have to pay a dime back.
That's true.
That's
I was going to say that.
Worked
When we
10
were going,
years
you
and then had
worked
to pay a
10
dime
years.
back.
That is awesome. See, a lot of people don't know that.
That was back in the
That
day.
was back in the day.
But if that was back
I
in
don't
the
know what it
day,
is now, but I know what it was back in my day.
Yeah.
I didn't have to pay a dime back because
Worked
I
10
taught
years
here.
and you
North Carolina,
I
you should be applauded. You should be applauded.
Yeah.
Joan, my sister Joan Quick. I don't know if you know these two ladies. What you see or have known or feel at this moment in time, what you would like to express about their lives, what they're experiencing now, and you look at them, you can tell they're truly blessed. I mean, just truly blessed.
Above ground. Bad feelings or whatever.
Yes.
Get a joke going and you'll be surprised when everything lifts up and you feel like brand new.
And then look to Jesus.
All right. That's it.
That's
Yes.
it.
That's about it.
You're so right.
But I tell you about me, why I can get along. I never forgot where you don't ever forget where you come from. You can get along with anybody. And that's just my philosophy. I never forgot where I came from. You see. Because they used to call people like us educated fools. And you did have some of those.
Right.
They forgot everything. They were here, but they came from down here. They forgot they came from down here. So that's one of the things that's near and dear to me. Don't forget where you come from. You can get along with anybody. You can communicate with anybody.
Wow.
And that's just the way I am. I'm a plain old country girl. Always has been, always will be.
Well, you have
Have
been a
not
blessing to Jonesboro, Sanford,
I don't know.
Lee County.
I don't know. I don't know.
And that's testimony over there from Mr. Darren
Yeah.
Prince. Were you called Darnell at
What was
East
the
Lee or
last name?
Darren?
No, Darren Prince.
But look how long it's been.
Mhm.
That's just what I'm saying.
Oh,
I
he's
just forgot.
50, what, you 52, 53,
Yeah.
so that means, ooh.
It's been so far back that so many of them, they speak to me all the time. I act like I know them. Sometimes I do it, sometimes but I don't, you know.
Everywhere
I
that
just
we
say
go,
hello.
somebody say, "Hey, Miss Turner. Hey, Miss Turner."
I don't remember, but I don't act like I don't remember.
Now,
You
isn't that
know.
wonderful?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anybody now, you said something.
She does for me. She does for her neighbor.
But
Her
that's,
neighbor.
but
All
listen,
they have to do is say, "Miss Turner. Miss Turner's there."
but I tell you what I did to Doris Jean. Every day for 3 months, every day.
Every day.
She didn't have transportation, and they had to move out of the house that they were living in. So she had to go somewhere to get ice, get food, get something. So they stayed in motel 3 months. And I went to take her somewhere. We went
Every
to
day.
17 different places looking for rental houses. 17, I did it for 3 months. That's the gospel. And chipped in sometime to ran short. The hotel was $75 a night. $75 a night. We had to wait till check time come, you know.
Yeah. And that
So,
probably took
that did
almost took all of
They
it.
go.
October, November, and December. I most certainly did. I saw her every day. I took her somewhere every day
That's true.
for October, November, and December. I most certainly did.
She
Every
knows
day.
every realtor in town.
I most certainly did.
She was trying to bet her best to find a place for them to live and asking people asking people to let her know
Mm-hmm.
if you hear of a place that they can rent.
Mm-hmm. But the thing about it, I think the stress, I think she died. Darlene died. I think the stress was too much for 3 months.
What's her name again?
Darlene
Branch.
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 Yeah.
You remember Mr. Branch, the teacher?
Yes?
Yes, she's married in that family.
Okay.
Yeah. She married her husband.
Okay.
Shabil's husband's nephew. That's who she married. Yeah. But I took her somewhere every day. Every day. 3 months, every day. Didn't charge her not one dime. Say no gas. No, I didn't get, she didn't have nothing. So why am I gonna charge her for gas to take her wherever she wants to go?
What gave you that giving spirit? I mean, what do you think?
It's a ministry.
You know what I always do? All you have to do is put yourself in their place. All you have to
That's
say,
a good
listen, all you have to say, walk a mile in my shoes. That's all you have to say.
And then when you
That
think
could
about
easily be me.
that's correct.
And I have never forgotten that whatever blessings I have, everyone doesn't have that blessing. But, and I feel, and I don't know nobody I wouldn't reach out and help if I could. Whatever I could do to help, I help. Everybody has some type of talent. That's the only talent. I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't do none of that kind of stuff. But I can be nice to people and I can help people. So that's my talent. Everybody has some type of talent. And doesn't cost anything to be nice either.
It does.
It costs a dime to be nice. And that's just who I am. I don't know why I'm like I am, but I don't know, that's who I am.
That's who you are.
That's right. That's right. Well, I don't mind helping. I'd help anybody.
Well, after you invited us into your home, and after you actually organized Lynn, Frank, and Reverend John coming into your home, and there was one other young man, John's brother. What was his name? Was it
Tap.
Tap?
Call him Tap.
Tap.
Yeah.
His
Um,
name is Terry.
I mean,
Tony.
I didn't have to do anything. And today, pretty much I didn't have to do anything. You organized, and I'm laughing because you said something about. I said you need to be on my staff, and you said no. I think you said
I aged out. Those are the terms.
You said
I
yeah,
use.
aged out. And I'm thinking our next podcast. I'm thinking very seriously. It's going to be Mr. Beatty Waddell,
Okay.
and yes, and after him, I'm going to go back to Frank and do Miss Mary McLean.
Mary McLean.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I've heard a lot about her, but I don't know that much about her.
They were church members,
Yeah,
so she knows
was
Miss
my
Mary.
class leader.
Yeah,
Oh,
she knows
my
her very well. So that's a source right there.
There's a source.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
see, you know how to organize and call and recall and retext and
Uh-huh.
all that. So it's just been a blessing
Yeah.
to have you being an unofficial staff person for the Sanford, North Carolina Black Wall Street.
Okay,
I'm just
well,
so
I thank
thankful.
you so much. I thank you so much.
At this time, anybody can share anything else you would like to share that you feel that hadn't been covered about Miss Turner. Miss Turner, after coming to your home and meeting you, and after you did it, beautiful home, beautiful husband. Now we've heard about your beautiful children that you raised. I thought it couldn't be but anything more fitting than to showcase you for Women in History Month. Mrs. Barbara, what was your maiden name?
Hard, Barbara H. Term. Barbara
Okay.
H. Term.
But it was Hardin.
Harden.
Hardin.
Right.
Mrs. Barbara Hardin Turner, and where did the Jean come in?
Barbara Jean Harden.
Barbara
Term.
Jean. I thought that might have been your middle
Yeah.
name.
So it was Barbara Jean Harden when I got here.
Barbara Jean Hardin.
So the only thing that changed is the term.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Barbara Jean.
No
Okay.
change, just add it.
Yeah, she just added. Yeah. Because nobody calls me Barbara.
They call you Jean.
They call me Jean.
Okay.
Everybody calls me Jean.
Now, for somebody that said that they were, I think you said you don't like to be publicized, you don't like to be in the forefront, you like to be in the background. That's the same thing Miss McIver said. And then you get here and look, and you just as bubbly as you can be
Oh
and
yeah,
talk.
I'm okay.
But maybe you meant something different than.
No, I did. Only thing that I meant is bragging and boasting type mentality is what I'm saying. That's what I was actually saying. I don't have to have limelight is the only thing I was actually saying.
Okay.
But the only thing I was really saying is not boasting, bragging, and, that's not who I am.
Well, you're not
Yeah.
boasting and bragging. You
Yeah.
telling.
Well, that's what I was actually saying.
Meaning.
And then a lot of times, you don't have to be on the front line to be noticed. Is
And you
actually what I'm
wasn't.
saying. I don't
Because
have
I
to be on the
noticed
front
you and said, oh, we got to talk to her a little more in detail and find out what strengths she
What
has.
this lady's all about, huh?
Yes,
line. Yeah.
yes. And
When
I'm
I'm
so
down to earth, that's one thing.
okay.
I'm country, that's one thing. And I never forgot where I came from.
Uh-huh.
All that
And
makes
you
a
never
difference.
meet a
That makes your personality what it is,
And she
because
never meets a stranger.
because you don't you're your plain old self. Everybody's not their plain old self. You need change, you get make a dime or two, you change.
Mm-hmm.
Buy a car, you change. Buy a house, you change. Country girl, that's all I am.
And that's why Jack showed up there at that teacher's apartment house that night, and you thinking he's coming for someone
I
else.
did.
He
He'll
saw
tell you that. He'll tell you that himself. But
Saw something in you
I
that
don't know.
that's
I
beautiful.
don't know.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, 51 years. That's true. 51
And she
years.
saw something in him.
And she, yes, she did.
They saw something in each other.
That's true. That is so true. That is true. And you know what drew me to him? You couldn't guess. Huh?
Sports.
No.
No.
But we do have that in common.
Yes,
A lot of it, all of that in common.
yes.
Because he was raising his own child. 3 months. He took his child at 3 months old. So there's got to be something good about that dude if he's gonna
Yes.
raise his own child.
Yes.
Boy, she knows.
Yes.
She was part of that.
Mhm.
That's the gospel's truth. He took his child at 3 months old. That's the gospel. And that's, I think, it has to be a decent person to do that.
Of course.
Didn't have to do
Of
that.
course. He did not have to do that.
It woke me up. Come on.
Flesh and
You
blood.
gotta go get my baby.
Well, he kept that child until we got married. That's the truth. From 3 months, and she was 6 when we got married. That's the truth. That's the truth. He took his child. So I thought it had to be something good about a man back then to take care of his child, who would take his child, you know.
A single man.
Uh-huh.
Single man take on a baby. Little baby in your arms.
That's right, 3 months. That's right. Had to be something good somewhere. That
You
is
are
so-
testifying and preaching to the masses that are listening to this
I certainly
podcast
am.
because
I most certainly am.
a lot of fathers, they run the other way
Right.
if they had to take on
They
a
would not, like you say, they would not do that.
They will not do that.
You probably can count them all on one hand that would do that.
Right.
You probably could do that, and I agree with that
That is a
100%.
blessing.
Because I think now deeply about and my family. You bring the kids in the world, but you're not in their lives.
Right. How can you do
You're not
it?
in their
Yes,
lives. You're
yes,
not in their
yes,
lives.
yes, yes. We need
Yeah.
to take that more seriously, the act of
Yeah.
procreating children,
Yeah.
that you're not
Yeah.
going to take responsibility.
Mm-mm.
Oh, we got a lot of things going on in this caregiving,
Uh-huh.
friendship,
Yeah.
love,
Yeah.
parenting.
Yes, somebody. Yes, somebody.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna make sure you see that picture. 1965. That's G-Roy's picture. He doesn't want nobody to have it. I'm just gonna show it to you. He doesn't want nobody to have it.
Okay. All right. We'll take a
Yeah,
picture
but
of it.
it's history though.
It's
Honest
history.
to God. You can
History.
see it. When I get to the house, I'm gonna put it out where I can see it and put it in the car.
Women in history, right here, in the making, right here. Joan, your time's coming one of these days.
Oh, is it?
And let's see, I'm going to leave it up to the public to choose some other persons that you would like to talk about or showcase at some point in time. It might be you, Miss.
From
They wouldn't know me.
I don't know, anybody that was the first.
But I was not
But she didn't
here.
work in Lee County, is what she's
This
saying.
was in down Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay,
And they wouldn't know about that.
but what have you done, or that you know that she has done that you feel has made a difference in Sanford?
Well, I don't know. She hasn't done anything but retired and came home.
That's
Right.
okay. So
Yeah.
you've been back since how long?
93.
I was going to
93.
say she hasn't had to.
93.
I never worked here.
You never
At
worked
that
here.
time, Mr. Winkle would not hire the people that went to W.B. Winkle to school.
History.
And all of us had to go out of town to get a job.
Not only you, but Gertha Chalmers had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
She had to go. I think she went to South Carolina, Georgia, and then Onslow County, Moore County. That's why me and Joan, and one year,
What's the
that
name?
would be kindergarten. We didn't go to Lee County. That's the reason I'm from here, but we didn't go to school here, so I don't know
Right.
the people. I didn't get a chance to meet Jab.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, I didn't know Miss Turner.
Right. Uh-huh.
So
And then I did arts and crafts with Jap at Horton one summer when I was not working. I came home, you know. I was working in Newberry, North Carolina.
Okay.
Craven County. And I came home, no job, no nothing. And so Jap hired me to do arts and crafts at Horton Park.
And I bet there are students that remember that moment with you.
But let me tell you the
Sanford's lost and Newbern's gain and Camp Lejeune's gains.
But I
So
think-
God sent you there for a reason.
But then you worked at Get smart.
Oh yeah, I worked to
Really
get
get
smart.
smart.
after I got
Okay.
back
So
here.
you didn't know you had done all that stuff. That was
Well,
that.
that was just the 4 hours that after school program. But I did not teach in
But I
this
thought you
kind of.
did
As
it.
I said, we had to leave town.
That's what
To
we
get,
said.
get a job.
That was true.
Yeah, it
That
was.
true.
My mother said it many times. You had to leave. He wanted you to go off and get experience. That's what he told her.
No.
What was the reason then?
I was in the upper 10 of my class at Fayetteville State, and the dean sent my name to him, and he sent me to Mr. McLaughlin in Golston. And Mr. McLaughlin said, well, why didn't he hire you?
Interesting. That's another story for another time, for another podcast.
Yes, that is.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, I mean, if you wanted to jump in and say something else,
This
fine.
was side stuff here that I was talking
That's
about.
okay.
This doesn't go in the story.
Now, well, you let me know what's not going to go in there because I'll cut it.
No, I was just teasing, but your mother experienced the same thing.
She did.
Well, that's true.
And I've said it up at the
That's
city
true.
council one time. I said, I believe I did. If I didn't, I'd put it on the website. That's what she said. He would not hire. Well, she thought.
That was even after you all. You all weren't the only ones that weren't hired. I mean, generations after them.
Really?
Yeah,
Class
generations
after
after
My
them.
mother thought he would hire his pets or people that
I don't know.
he thought, but she felt she was kind of. She wasn't
She wasn't popular.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. She wasn't popular.
Well, I
So therefore-
wasn't either. Ruben Maxwell wasn't either. Ophelia McDougal. I could count 100 of them that was not it. That didn't
Was all black?
qualify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all black
How
then.
interesting.
Definitely all black
We had to
then.
leave town.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Turner, as we end this session, what kind of legacy or what kind of message do you want to give me, Joan, Darren? There's Jose over there filming. Jose, can you think of anything you want to ask?
I don't know.
I think you've said it all, really.
I've been reaching out. That's something that's dear and near and dear. Reach out, reach out and touch somebody, or reach out and help
reach
somebody.
out and touch
or-
somebody's hand. Make
That's
the
right.
world
If
a
I
better
can
That's
help
right.
somebody along the way, my living will not be in vain.
That's right. That's Martin Luther. That's Martin
Well, I
Luther.
want Darren to, when he said that you were fair, I like that. When he said, when you hear students say,
Gotta teach
and they'll
them
be
that.
talking, so and so, Miss so and so, and so and so and so,
Teach
Miss so
them
and so. But then when you got a student that say, yes, but
Uh-huh.
she's fair.
What do you want me to do with this?
So can you remember how she was fair?
Actually, that's yours.
Can't remember
Because you
answering
wanted
it,
me to make it bigger.
I like that. She's fair.
Make it bigger?
You said you want me to make your print bigger.
Oh.
Well,
I just
take
want
them,
it to be bigger
Okay.
for you to see.
For me to say, okay, then.
That's what it was.
But do you want those copies? Because I can make more copies off my computer.
Well, I'll just take this.
Okay.
I'll
You
take
give
this.
one
Okay.
over to
And
me.
if you
You can have
give
one.
one to her,
Take
if
one.
you-
Take any one that you want.
mm-hmm.
Take the best looking one.
Or you.
Take the one you want, the best looking one.
That's a
Yeah,
nice
take the
pick.
one you want to keep.
Now, Joan, go get her pecan right
No,
now, so we
I
won't
won't
forget it.
take it.
No,
Okay,
no, that's fine.
Did you have
That's
anything?
fine.
I like this one.
Need to refresh
Yeah,
yourself?
but that is better.
No,
Yeah, but I
Color.
didn't take it
See,
out.
this-
We got
this is what I
It's too
had.
red. It's too red.